Alrighty, I'm live, I believe. Yeah, I hope you can hear me. I did not cross post, huh? Okay. I hope you can hear me. I hope you guys are right there. Um, the reason for this video is to show you the planner and show you other details and why I decided to do a planner. Um, and the reason, let me see if you guys can hear me. I wish if somebody's available, that would be great if you can comment or something. Hear me? Yeah, there you go. You guys can hear me. Okay. So I was saying that my reason for choosing a planner first, because I do have a lot of projects in that I have in my mind to do. It's because I saw that there wasn't currently anything available for there are homeschooling planners. There are a lot of planners out there, but there are very general, very, very general. And some are too in detail, and some don't apply to you because they're different. Um, so, this is the reason why I went for a planner. And the same way, I had a lot of situations where I wanted to establish routine in my family and in my kids, but it's difficult. So I needed a way so I can organize myself and organize my children too. And this is what the verse planner is about. It's about using many hats. It's about doing different things within your family. And a lot of times there are people that can stay home, but some stay home and work part-time. Some stay home right now and work full-time because of the situation. So this planner is for that. It helps you in all those areas completely. And this is what I wanted to do, and it was my main focus for it, and that's why it's called diverse, because it has so many other details, and at the same time is very different than what you see out there. So I also saw that a lot of people make planning very complicated, where they say you have to write every single detail down, and you have to write everything down, and it is frustrating for some of us to do that, especially if you're not completely a planner, or maybe you're starting to get into the planning world, and then they tell you you need to write everything down, you need to do all these things. So it's difficult. So this planner is for that too, for people that had never even planned, not even one thing, or maybe they plan some things but not everything. This is for that too. So the difference that I have seen in my family using this is that we're able to focus more in our homeschool and at home of the things that we need to do. Now, we are very diverse, just like the name of the planner. I am not a person that says, oh, it's from A to Z and this is the way it is and there's no other way around it. So I'm not like that. So you can know where this planner is coming from. So this is the title page. And within while I explain the planner, you're gonna see how we use it and what is it for. So there you go, title page. This is my copyright. I really love for people to respect that, and that's why I include it here. And of course, if you violate, you know how that works, right? Um, and this is just like every planner, they include like where your name and everything. Now over here, the world today is full of. Let me explain the long-term goals, short-term goals, and medium goals. Um, Short-term goals is for you to include, like, for example, where do you see your homeschool into next year? Goals for you and your children, and where do you see your children? Where do you see yourself? And it's just a small paragraph where you're gonna write where do you see yourself and your family. Medium term goals could be maybe you want to move from the home, maybe you want to sell, you want to buy a home, or maybe you need a homeschool room and things like that. So maybe you could include that. Long term goals, right? Maybe you want to retire at a certain age. Things like that. So that's why that's for. And I think that's very general. Everybody knows that. And then I wanted to include a whole columns of paragraphs and usernames and passwords, because when you start homeschooling, then it starts like, oh, your kids need an email. Oh, your kids, and it doesn't matter if you manage it or not, but it's a lot because you have to memorize your own passwords and usernames, and you have to memorize your children's too. So it was important for me to include this here because I find myself sometimes being lost and being not, okay, where did I leave the note of that password? Well, you can have it here for all your children. And even you could put like titles on top, and you can copy this because it's for the use of your family if you need more. So that is available and it's right there and it's easy to use. And that way you don't have to be going around everyone looking for the username and passwords. Well, that's the world we live in now, right? Um, the other thing is the yearly calendar. So this is how kind of like the schools use it. But I left it like this so you guys can highlight when you're gonna start your school, how long, and when are you gonna take breaks. And I left it open for year-round homeschool, for regular schooling, for anything that you want to do. I left it open here so people can choose what they would like to do in their school. And so people can have options. So it is not one size fits all. And that's why I left it like this. I also left bullets here on the side, as you can see. So you can write the important dates and the special events that you have, and notes and things that maybe you have a birthday coming up or things like that, then you have that right there. I only included this here. I did not include a big month, what's it called, monthly, forget the word, but I did not include that because I want people to focus in what they're gonna do on their day. And I think with bullets and things like that, it's better, and it's not so messy, and you can stay in your head of things that you are supposed to do in an organized way. Um, then we have for you to write read aloud. You have two spaces here, books and things like that. So likewise, I am gonna, well, I'll go into that right now instead of going to something else. But you're gonna have the read alouds, the library books, the return dates, the project schedules, educational videos, and field trips. It could be road trips now, right? Because field trips are not happening as much, but you have that space there. Um, then this is the one I was working on when I started doing this, and so we can see here that we can focus on personal goals, because if we are not well, then all of our family is not well. Especially as women, if we are not feeling good, then everything false. So it is here for you to be able to do your personal goals. Maybe you have to do exercise in the morning. Maybe you have to do your reading time. Or maybe you're trying to implement something that you don't even, that you had never done, and you're trying to implement that in your life. So then there it is. I find that when I was younger, I remember that I started, because I have a thyroid disease, and I started feeling not well. And my goal at that time, it was for me to remember to drink my medicine at the right time every day. It was difficult, but it was one of the goals that I had at that time. So it could be something like that. And then business goals. Maybe you are not a business person, but maybe you do crafting or you do things that you like. And this is the section that you will include that. Kids goals. You know your kids, you know what they need to work on. And if you're not available for them or maybe on top of them on doing certain things, then they don't do it, right? So that's why I included kids goals here, maybe, or maybe it's reading time or something that they have that they need to work on. And I included three sections here for kids goals, but at the same time you could even cross the line in the middle if you have more kids, or you could print another page where you could include more kids right there. And then we have the house goals, which is sometimes the counters get full of things and you haven't got a chance to clean it. Well, there it is. You have a goal to do in that month that you need, or that week, of what you want to fix and of what you want to do in your home and what can you do to prepare for it, right? So you have that space right there. Then I come here with the supplies list where you're gonna accomplish those goals, right? Because you need supplies lists, you need things to be able to get where you want to be. At the same time, in the supplies list, you could put the homeschool items that you're gonna need. A lot of people sometimes buy them all in bulk, but if we don't have the money, then maybe you're gonna have to go to Dollar Tree or go get certain things on other places. So there's your supplies list for homeschooling and other projects that you may have in mind. Then the grocery list is huge. It's right there. And it's different every time, right? So I included, I thought a lot about including a long list because I know some people have big families and some of us buy at Sam's or at Costco. So it's important that we have that there. Goals and to-dos, it has to do more with business goals and house goals all together. Um, because this is kind of how it is when you already have a business and you need to take care of your home too. You're gonna have to figure it out how you're gonna call during the day. So, for example, you have a business call at 9:30 a.m. I'm gonna put it there, right? And then maybe I have to pay a bill or give a call to pay a bill. Then you put that there too, the personal bill. Okay, I'm talking about personal bill. Um, and things like that. So you plan your day within what you have to do during that day. And then other things that you might have that are not part of the way I live. So I added there, so you could have your own space of other things that you might have to do. Um, so this is a big thing. Not planners do not have this, and I wanted to include this here because I feel like it's important. A lot of times we focus on, oh, let's wake up at 8:30 a.m. and things like that. And for me, for example, that I have a disease, timing is very stressful for me because when I wake up in the morning, I struggle sometimes. And then let's say I said that I'm gonna be awake at 6 a.m., right? But instead I wake up at 6:05. That timing, it kills me. It stresses me out. And it doesn't help my thyroid disease to feel better. Instead, I feel more stressful. And it can even give me things that I may feel wrong about during the day. And then I start feeling all these other things within my thyroid. And I'm attacking my own self. This is silly, but it's true. Um, so that's why I decided to do it like this: a list, bullets, things that will just keep your mind enhanced, but you don't have to be stressing. That you will be so stressed that you didn't accomplish your goals and your vision that you had for your family. Um, Over here is to do's, and this is more like for a cleaning routine for you and your family, for things that you have to do during the day. And maybe you can start by putting your clothes to wash, right? And then you can write the names of your kids, who's going to be in charge of what. Um, and you could do this in different ways. Like you can make copies of this and give one to each. of things that they have to do from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Maybe they have to fix their bed. Maybe they have to clean their floors. You know how they leave things in the floor sometimes. Maybe they have to do things like that. So you can start establishing routine in your children. And right now, I understand a lot of people, maybe this is a lot for them, right? Because you're trying to get homeschooling and then this, but it's there. If you don't want to use it right now, it's fine, because yes, homeschooling should be the main focus. Maybe it's work and homeschooling. But then you can start establishing routines within your children. And so this is available for people that probably already have homeschool for a long time, but it's there. It's available for them. Um, the other thing that I have here, it's planning your meals. This is something I have a little bit of a struggle. And I think this has helped me a lot, because that way I can write down what I'm going to eat, what I'm going to prepare for my children, what we're going to eat. And if we have everything that we need, right? So this is what the grocery list comes from, and we prepare for that week. Maybe if you have new recipes and things, and I wrote notes, maybe you need something and you just need to write it right there, right now, right? Or you have other things that you probably want to remember from the new recipe, things like that. So that's there. And then encouragement, because for me, cooking, it's not appealing to me. And I'm not a bad cook. I consider myself an okay cook, a pretty good cook, but I don't how do I say, it's not my forte. It's not like, oh yes, I'm gonna cook, woo, like some people that love to create cooking recipes and things like that. Well, yes, I that's where my struggle comes. But um it's not that I don't cook either, okay? So I do cook. But the thing is that when you have a plan and you have it well, because you have so many other things in your head, then you just come and say, "Oh, I'm cooking this." So then you already have your supplies and things like that. And I think some of the planners already include this. So some don't, but some do. So, but this is here, so you can manage your home. And then I wanted to include a journal. It was important to me to include a journal, because I find a lot of times we focus too much on the bad and not on the good, and we forget the good. And it's important that we remember the good. So I wanted to include this here for you can write down how you're feeling, or maybe you had a good time with your children and you want to remember it, and you have spaces there to add pictures, not big pictures, but small pictures and things like that that will help you create like a memory book for you and your children. So it's right there. When once you're done in that year, you can go back, or maybe keep it and take it out and make a journal book for that year, and maybe they can look at it later. Um, and that could be this page with just what I had in mind right here, where you guys put memories and things that you guys like for from your homeschooling and the family time that you have spent together. And then it's homeschooling time. So here he goes. So I have the morning tasks, the language arts, math, science, social studies, electives, and then practice. This is the one that is for elementary. And I put all these bullets here and things like that because we tend to forget. Um, and you could do probably a lesson, because you have been so much into workbooks and public school and how it works, that we can forget that sometimes, oh, we need to do the reading lesson. Oh, we need to do the student reading time. They need to have their own reading time on their own. Even if they don't know how to read, they can look at a book. So things like that. So the kids can get used to that, right? And then for math is practicing the math facts. So I included this here so it could be like a reminder. Now you see that I put from Monday to Sunday. And the reason I did it like this is because you could say, oh, I'm going to homeschool from Monday to Friday. But then all of a sudden something happens on Wednesday and you're not able to. So then you can make that up on Sunday. Some people work too. Some people work different days. So this is available so you can plan it whenever you can. Um, so it's here. If you need to make changes, if probably your week will be busy and you're going to have to do a Saturday homeschooling, then it's right there. And then page 12, it's the grading part. Over here, supposed to be only one page. But like I said, if your family and you have a lot of people in your family or you need more space, you can print one more. Um, so there, the names of your children will go here, attendance right here, and the course titles, first and second semester, I mean, first quarter, second quarter, and first semester, and then third quarter, fourth quarter, second semester, and then the final grade. The progress that you have seen in their character and who they are, you write it here, and any notes that you want to keep in mind from your students, and the books you have read that are like important books, because you already have the other list over there for the reading aloud, but maybe you have history books or things like that that you want to include, then you have that here, that had to do a lot with your maybe the year of schooling of what they're supposed to learn and things like that. It's right here for you. And then this is the elementary planner. Then the only difference for the other grades is that I did not include the last parts here where it says practice. Because when they're in different grades, it's different things that you need to work on. And you should be able to write it down and see what's best for whatever you need to practice. Maybe it's grammar, maybe it's punctuation, maybe it's other things that you need to practice. So it's available there in blank. It's not so much of following a certain routine, right? It's more of wherever you are at that time. So that's the only difference between elementary package and the elementary planner and the other grades. Now you're going to be able to buy this separately in case you have kids in different ranges of age and you don't know where they are. Oh, and I forgot the important thing, goals and notes. Okay, so once again, you can have homeschool goals here, and whatever they're struggling or maybe things that they need to work on right here. So, and then the last page is this. I left it blank, like I said, and you can use it within the journal. So you can, yeah, see pictures or things that you want to focus on with your children. Um, and then this is going to be it for the planner. I am going to move on to showing you other ways to plan other things and do a short session of a live. And I'm going to do that in my phone because it will be easier. I really hope that this has been very informational to you and that you consider buying this planner. It will be great. It's working for me and my family. And it's a way to focus and find a way right now that everything is so frustrating. This is a way to make it work, and it's worked for us. So I hope it works for you too. Thank you. Bye bye.